starting lineups for this morning's contest. First for Team Minnesota. Starting in goal, number 29, Kelsey Wicklund. On defense, number 9, Livy Giarusso. On defense, number 26, Skyla Johnson. At forward, number 16, Teresa Huber. At forward, number 22, Caitlin Pink. And starting at center for Team Minnesota, number 12, Britton Sutherland. Now let's welcome out the rest of Team Minnesota. Now the starting lineup for Team Westcan, Saskatchewan, starting in goal, number 31, Emily Lightford-Forster. On defense, number 6, Sydney Olson. On defense, number 22, Ali Reigel. At forward, number 3, Sierra Church. At forward, number 10, Peyton Krupski. And starting at center for Team Westcan, number 18, Logan Porto. Now let's welcome out the rest of Team Westcan, Saskatchewan. Fans will now ask that you please rise as you are able to remove your caps, facing the east end of the arena for Old Canada.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Rink 5 here at the National Sports Center, Blaine, Minnesota. We got a treat on tap for you today, the semifinals or the semifinals if you're from the United States. Team Minnesota Purple taking on Team Westcan SASK. Team Minnesota Purple wearing, oddly enough, purple. Moving from left to right on your screen, Westcan SASK moving from right to left, wearing the white uniforms with green and black trim. We are well underway in this semifinal matchup. Team Minnesota and Westcan SASK should be a good one. Couple of previous games, these teams have some history between each other. Facing off against Boston, Westcan SASK came out on top in that tournament in the semifinal. We'll see if Team Minnesota can exact a measure of revenge this morning in Blaine. Happy Father's Day from Blaine. I have no idea what the nickname for Blaine is in the state of Minnesota. Bengaltown, place with a bunch of TGI Fridays, even possibly an Applebee's. In any case, happy Father's Day. Here's a backhand try from Westcan SASK. That goes just wide. Spagrud with the opening shot, sort of on goal. Puck hung up in the neutral zone. We'll see how the two teams play this early in the morning. They've already played 4 games apiece at the first whistle. We'll run through how these teams got here this morning. There's a shot on. There's a save by Wickland. Starting goaltender for Team Minnesota, Kelsey Wickland. Rock solid in the net. Shot attempt by Ryu. It glances off a skate into the corner. Purple struggling to clear the zone at this point. Girusso hounded by a pair of Westcan SASK players. Westcan SASK on the puck like flies on pie at the moment. Comes to the top, not cleared out. That could cause problems here for Team Minnesota Purple. Still unable to clear. .12:10 to go in the first period. Off the boards and still not cleared out. Team Minnesota Purple struggling mightily to clear that zone. Cornum holds it in for Westcan SASK, and SASK is going to be able to get through a full line change here. Fresh bodies on the ice. We'll see if they can keep up the offensive pressure. It's tapped ahead. Ryu racing back for it. She'll go shoulder to shoulder. And plugged into the middle. Team Minnesota Purple finally clears the zone. And Westcan SASK turns it right back up in transition. Firebrand hockey here in the morning. Bristol Langer bumps a player into the boards, trying desperately to separate player from puck legally, hopefully. Held in, bouncing puck at the blue line. Langer chips it into the neutral zone. Going after now Westcan SASK's Alexa Sitch. Puck bounces off a skate. Minnesota Purple onside. Carrying it up is Olsen. Olsen loses it. Here's a chance for Lee, and Lee can't get the shot off. Excellent back check there by Westcan SASK's Ayla Spagrud. I'm just going to call him SASK from now on. I'm not doing the Westcan SASK thing. Spagrud on the backhand, runs into a Team Minnesota defender. It's hung up at the red line. Bodies bouncing everywhere, but not making much headway. Finally, the puck comes to Lainey Lee. She skates it ahead across the blue, evades the poke check, shovels the puck into the corner. Cote trying to kick the puck past Lee. It ends up on the stick of Getzinger. Puck comes out to Raya Getzinger. A pair of Getzingers on this team. And a pair of Krupskis as well. Massey plays the puck around. Westcan SASK carrying it out now. Cornum. She's got a player in the middle. A Team Minnesota defender goes down 2-on-1. There's a shot and a big save by Wickland. We've got our first highlight reel moment of the game. Big save by Kelsey Wickland. Launch from the point into the glove of Wickland, who hangs on. 9:56 to go in the first period. The shots on goal at the moment 4-0 in favor of Westcan SASK. Take a moment to tell you how these teams got here. Westcan SASK enters today's game with a 4-0 record, defeating the Minnesota Machine 2-0, Central Glory 9-0, a 3-2 shootout win over the Western Selects, and a 4-2 win over Minnesota White. Sends SASK to the semifinal. Leading scorers for Westcan SASK, number 8, Brooklyn Krupski with 5 points, and a trio of players with 4 points apiece. That's number 11, Lexa Sitch, number 10, Peyton Krupski, and number 18, Chloe Cornum. Team Minnesota Purple 3-1 entering today's game, defeating Westcan 3-1, not Westcan SASK, a different Westcan team. A 2-1 win over Wisconsin, a 2-1 overtime win over Manitoba, and then a 10-1 win over the Boston Lady Whalers. quartet of players are all tied atop the leaderboard for Team Minnesota Purple with 4 points apiece. Number 8, Bristol Tappany. Number 12, Britton Sutherland. Number 22, Caitlin Pink. And number 94, Tessa Carlson. First shot of the game. Gloved and held onto by Emily Langford Forster. 9:09 to go in the opening period. We will have a Zamboni break, I believe. No, we're not having a Zamboni break. They only get it U18s, 2010s, and 2011s get the Zamboni break, and we've already knocked out the 2010 and 2011 divisions. Champions crowned last night. Some fantastic hockey being played here at the North American Female Elite Showcase, brought to you by Youth Hockey Hub, D-Zone Athletics, Team Westcan. Can't tell if I'm forgetting any other sponsors. Lee dumps it into the corner. Langer applying pressure. SASK on its way out. The pass picked off, thrown into the slot, gathered up by Sitch. Sitch into the middle. Nifty play there by Spagrud to catch it. Leach off her skate. There's a shot. Goes off the stick of Skyla Johnson and into the glass. Loose in front of backhand try. Wicklund stands tall. The puck bouncing around. Somebody get a hold of it. To the line. Ryu snaps it back into the Team Minnesota zone. Johnson thought about ringing it around and then decided to use a measure of patience and turns into a chance in transition. Huber drops it off. Nice move. Toe saved by Langford Forster. Sent ahead. Krupski. Sask onside as they enter the zone. To Olsen at the top. Olsen sent it ahead and they score! Boy, Huber came out to block the shot, but a seeing eye snapper from Olsen finds the back of the net. And with 7:34 to go in the first period, Sask takes a 1-0 lead over Team Minnesota Purple. We'll get the official goal call from our man in the penalty box, Mr. Robin Cook. We'll see if there might have been a tip on that play, but as it stands, Sydney Olsen with the goal.
Team Westcan's Saskatchewan goal scored by number 6, Sydney Olsen. Assisted by number 10, Nate Krupski, and number 18, Chloe Cornum. Some of the even straight goal, 6 minutes and 26 seconds.
So it's going to be Sydney Olsen from Peyton Krupski and Chloe Cornum on the official call. 1-0 Sask. Midway through the first period. Long pass for Minnesota. Into the middle, here's a chance, little 2-on-1 action. Big shot, blocker saved by Langford Forster. Unflappable between the pipes. Brooklyn Massey. Head player pass. Some nice passing there. It's tipped by, oh, I thought Sitch tipped it. The referee obviously thought differently. And somebody has cranked the heat here in Rink 5. Can't let my rocket juice get warm. Played out. Went off the stick of a Team Minnesota player to begin with, so icing is waved off. Outstanding forecheck by Brooklyn Krupski, forcing Team Minnesota's Livy Geruso into a bit of a panicked play behind her own net. Bouncing puck settled down in the corner. Played ahead. Beautiful breakout by Team Minnesota. Lee gathering speed. She's got an angle on Ryu, and she's got a player going to the back post. One time. Oh, what a goal! Oh, one-hander! It beats Langford Forster. 5-hole, and Team Minnesota has tied this game at 1. Holy cow. And we'll see if there's a second assist on it, but as it stands now, that's Natalie Levine from Laney Lee. Levine throws out her stick one-handed and manages to deflect the pass past Langford Forster, and we are all knotted up Offside. Team Minnesota will have to get back on.
Minnesota goal scored by number 6, Natalie Levin. Assisted by number 4, Lady Lee, and number 26, Skylar Johnson. Coming even strength goal. 7 minutes and 53 seconds.
There it is. Levine from Lee and Johnson.
From Lee and Johnson, even strength at 7:53.
Head pats and good jobs all around from the Team Minnesota coaching staff. Good response from the gals in purple, but SASK isn't going anywhere. We also have a ton of game time left. Minnesota looking for that pass up the seam. Huber manages to tip it, so icing waved off. Huber shoulder to shoulder with Spagrud behind the SASK net, now in the corner. Laid up to Tapany. Tapany ladles it back down into the SASK zone. Sutherland carries it around up to the blue line, winding and firing. That's tipped just wide. Off Tapany's glove. Here comes SASK in transition. Spagrud tried to tap it over to Sitch, who is barreling toward the net. At the top, Spagrud. Her shot goes off a skate into the corner. Sutherland going 1-on-2 against a pair of SASK players. Sitch on the backhand, shovels it out, centering try. It's loose in front. No one can get a stick on it. It's finally swept out of the danger zone. Held in off the glass. Boy, SASK really good at holding that zone. A full player swing here for SASK. The puck goes off the glass. It's not going to get down there. No icing. The hustle of Grace Vinette negates the whistle. Krupski, Vinette at the red line. Sends it, just a foot over the red line. Face-off will be in the Team Minnesota zone. 4:13 to go in the first period. We've had a dandy here in this opening frame. Skylar Johnson. All three SASK forward. Oh, there you go. All three SASK forwards were within about an inch and a half of the puck there before Getzinger backed out into the slot. Minnesota player goes down. Lee tries to chip it past Ryu. Ryu holds the zone. Centering try, intercepted by Langer. Langer turns up ice. She goes down. Team Minnesota's Langer punches it into the SAS zone, wheeling around. I don't think she realized that 4 out of 5 players for Team Minnesota had gone off for a change there. Sutherland into space, trying to get it to Huber. Huber splits the D, makes a move. Nice poke check there by Olsen. She can score goals and she can play defense. A true Norris Trophy candidate. In the corner, bobbling puck. Who can settle it down? Nice pass. Here comes Sask. Krupski. Oh, she goes down. So with 2:42 to go in the first period, we're going to have our first penalty of the game. It'll be a tripping call. It'll be Bristol Tapany. She'll sit 2 minutes, which will heat up most of the remaining 2:41 of the opening period. Spagrud will take the face-off for Sask. Manages to get it back to Olsen. Olsen sends it off the boards. In the corner, Leach. Now to the half wall, Spagrud. Up to Cote. Cote back to Spagrud. Spagrud, she's got space. She launches one. Rebound in front, and Wicklund holds on. Well, the early scouting report on Sask is that they're very good at collecting rebounds in front of the net. Nice and gritty in the blue paint area. Team Minnesota will need to clear the puck. Wow, incredible analysis. Nice work, Peter. You're really on your A game today. Clear the puck. Don't let the other team score. Good work. Spagrud can't get a shot off the bouncing puck. Johnson able to clear. Ooh. Vinette looked up, thought she had a little bit of open ice, tried to make one move, manages to get it out of the zone, but not quite as deep as I think the Team Minnesota coaching staff was hoping. Minnesota dumps it down. Modified rules here. You can ice the puck on the penalty kill, which I suppose flies in the face of typical USA hockey rules, which I'm just fine with. Spagrud. She'll skate it herself, drops it off at the top of the circle, walking in shot, rebound in front, on the backhand. Wicklund gets over and makes the save. To the blue line, it's forced out into the neutral zone. Getzinger, nice move, opens up a little bit of room. Getzinger on her backhand. Centering pass, never got there. Getzinger and Getzinger down below the goal line. Rieger at the blue line, launches, glove save, and held on to by Wicklund. Getzinger will take the draw here. 26 seconds to go in the SASK power play. No real shortage of chances here. Final minute of play here in the opening period. Regal surveys her options. Regal. Krupski. Sutherland takes it away. 45 seconds to go. As the final 3 seconds roll off the penalty, we're back to 5-a-side hockey. Cornum nearly picks off the breakout pass, but it bounces right back to Team Minnesota. Here's Carlson. Carlson into the middle. Gets the shot off. Blocker save by Langford Forster. Olsen forces the puck into the middle. It's a one-on-one chance. Sask's Peyton Krupski goes wide. She goes down. Bouncing puck. Final seconds here. 5 to go. Carlson to the blue line. It comes out in the neutral zone. That should do it for the opening period. After one, Westcan Sask 1, Team Minnesota Purple 1. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Everyone knows Luther does it all, but did you know you can do it all? At home?
I just sold my car.
On your phone?
I just got pre-approved. I just scheduled an oil change.
Whenever, wherever.
I just bought a new car.
Anything and everything, whenever and wherever. LutherAuto.com. You can do it all.
Hockey's a very unique sport. I would say it has this blend of toughness and athleticism, but by and large, really creativity. You have lots of great athletes, but you don't have lots of great hockey players, and the biggest separator is what they call hockey IQ or intelligence, and that's the ability to really process information quickly, make decisions.
In life, we all need a little help to reach our summit. Whatever your summit looks like, it's easier to reach when your body is strong and healthy. At Summit Orthopedics, our team of highly specialized physicians listens to and values every one of our patients. We take a conservative approach to care to get you back to your healthy and active lifestyle. Reach your summit.
Second period about to get underway. 14 minutes on the board. Team Minnesota Purple. Westcan Sask 2012 semifinals of the North American Female Elite Showcase. 1-1 after one. Sydney Olsen the goal for Westcan Sask, and Natalie Levine the equalizer for Team Minnesota. And Team Minnesota able to kill off a penalty late in the first period. We'll see if they can carry a bit of that momentum into period number 2. It's been a great game so far. Seen some wonderful passing, some stout defense. Just like that, as Kaisa Getzinger gets a stick on it, deflects it all the way down. Ryu in the corner. Looks up, gets it to Raya Getzinger. It ends up on the stick of Brooklyn Krupski. Krupski, boy, she can skate. There's a shot that's deflected high. Back to Ryu. Ryu to Getzinger. That goes all the way down. That'll end up being icing. I'll tell you what, folks. 9 broadcasts today. I don't know how Greg Tinty and his staff do it, but they somehow hook those video cameras up and make sure everything's plugged into the right plugs. I don't know. What do you call this, Greg? Is that a mixing board? Mixer? Okay, it's a mixer. And am I talking into a microphone? Is that what it's called? A microphone? Is that where the term mic comes from? All right, I've teased Greg enough, considering that it's 8:30 in the morning and he gets me for 4 broadcasts today. Team Minnesota's Brooklyn Hall muscling her way into the slot. She goes down. She'll earn a little snow on the shin pads. Face off in the SASK zone. It's scooped up. Here's Leach. Trying to beat Tappaney wide. Opts to dump it in. Loose puck covered up and held on to by Wickland. Now this Westcan SASK team, a piece of the Team Westcan organization, which seems to grow every year. Good people with Westcan. I had a nice conversation with Jason Baptist, who's the head coach of the Team SASK, not affiliated with Westcan 2010 group, and got to learn a little bit about one of the Canadian provinces that probably doesn't get as much attention as it should, getting lost a little bit in the shuffle of Ontario. You know who's not lost? Bristol Langer. Langer is in on a breakaway, forehand to the backhand, and a big save by Langford Forster. Langer at the dot, can't get the shot off. Oh, Langer, her speed opens up a chance, but Langford Forster more than up to the task. Now in the corner to Johnson at the point. She launches. There are 3 players all kind of tangled up at the moment. Oh my goodness, a real traffic pile up in front of the SASK net. It looks like 494 between the hours of midnight and midnight. Puck all the way down, Tyson. 10:49 to go in the second period. Shots on goal at the moment, 10-6 in favor of Westcan SASK. Shot from the top of the circle, that's blocked. Getzinger skates it ahead. From the dot, she shoots, that goes wide. Sutherland. Pass goes off the back of the net into the corner. Minnesota skater goes down. Coincidental contact. Sutherland. Nice pass. Doesn't go anywhere. Here comes Sask in transition. They manage to stay onside. It's a little 3-on-2 chance in the offensive zone. Krupski launches. Goes off the shin pad of Johnson into the corner. Ryu steps down. She dumps it back into the Team Minnesota zone. Hall can't clear it out. Now it's sent back around. Excuse me, Carlson was the one who couldn't get it out on the boards. Hall plays it back around the net. I'm doing this for free, people. Ryu. behind the Westcan SASK net. Back behind, Team Minnesota. There's a shot, never got to the net, cleared out of the danger zone by Thack. Beck sends it in from the blue line, going after it. Tapany wanted to go after it and then backed out. Krupski plays it into the neutral zone. Vinette backhands it ahead. Now walking the line, Hall gets a shot off. Blocker saved by Langford Forster. Hall holds it in at the blue line by an inch. Bobbling puck, Beck taps it to Hall. Hall, the aggressive play of Cornum forces her to get rid of it. Puck into open space. Krupski pushes it forward. 5-player swing for Westcan SASK. 8:15 to go in the second period. Langer. Now Leach. Leach. It's a 2-on-1 chance for SASK, carrying it down. Spagrud, Ayla Spagrud sends it toward the net. That goes wide. Cote launches it from the blue line. Seen all the way and held on to by Wickland. Well, Wickland, the only goalie on this Team Minnesota purple roster. She's allowed just 4 goals in 4 games. Well, 5 and 5 if you count today's, which isn't officially in the books yet. On the other side, Westcan SASK goaltenders Emily Langford Forster and her battery mate Bianca Toffin have combined to allow 5 and 5 as well. Johnson is onside. Spagrud behind the SASK net, pinching down is Caitlin Pink. She holds it below the goal line before SASK able to clear. Leach skating over. Sutherland blitzes through the blue line. She goes down. Spagrud, saucer pass. Leach is sandwiched between a pair of Team Minnesota skaters. Here's a chance in transition for Team Minnesota. Britton Sutherland going one-on-one here with Cote. Cote pokes it away. Another piece of our modified rules, delayed offside, which I am also more than okay with. Tapany sends it back to Beck. Beck looks up, backhand try, back to Tapany. Tapany rings it around. Sent toward the net. Getzinger. Kaisa Getzinger along the half wall. Makes a couple of nice moves, but ends up losing the handle. Comes to Vinette, and now skating ahead. I believe that's Tessa Carlson. Carlson launches it, and it goes wide. Tapany at the dot. Backward. There it is! On the back door, Tessa Carlson puts Team Minnesota ahead 2-1. So moments after Carlson launches a rocket wide, she redeems herself by converting on a 2-on-1. The assist will go to Tapany. We'll see if there's a second assist. But for the moment, it's Carlson from Tapany.
Team Minnesota goal scored by number 94, Tessa Carlson. Assisted by number 8, Crystal Tapany, time of the even strength goal.
Carlson from Tapany. Team Minnesota leading Westcan SASK 2-1. 5:30 to go in the second period. Brooklyn Hall carries it ahead across the red, across the blue, now at the top of the circle. Vinette Bumps into Leach. Puck hung up along the boards now. Ryu will chase after it. Ends up on the stick of Cornum. Cornum into the middle. Langer blocks the clearance attempt. Pinching down is Johnson. Can she hold the zone? Yes, she can. Sierra Church into the middle. Bit of a foot race here between Krupski and Jeruso. And Krupski goes down. Jeruso. The puck to Langer. Dangerous pass picked out by Spaggard. She shoots. Big save by Wickland. And Wickland covers. Spagrud will take the face-off in Team Minnesota zone. She's been all over the ice so far for Westcan SASK. Team Minnesota at the red line. Stuck in a pair of skates here. We'll see who can dig it out. Team Minnesota can dig it out. Beck snaps a pass. Ends up going off the stick of Huber, avoiding the icing. Beck at the blue line. She sends it back into the SASK zone. Leach uses the puck along the red line. Huber, Sutherland, and Pink. 5-player change for Team Minnesota. Now that corner on the left side of your screen near the Zamboni door, that corner, I believe, has some, shall we say, inconsistencies in the boards. Several pucks went down there last night, and they ended up bouncing off those boards and hitting something, and they ended up popping into the slot. So that'll be something to keep an eye on as we move forward today. The puck's being dumped in to the Zamboni door corner on the left side of your screen. Could get interesting. We saw it lead to a couple of goals yesterday. Carlson, she's got one. She wants two. She won't get it on that play. Dugout, Hall from the top of the circle. Shot, bobbling puck, rebound! And Langford Forster recovers to make the save. It's a shot by Johnson. It's blocked. Gaining speed is Krupski. Krupski, she's got an angle on a defender. Jeruso gets back. And what we thought might have been a breakaway ends up being a nothing burger. Carlson backhands the puck into the SAS zone. Langer scoops it up in the corner. Off the boards, Beck. It's wrapped around. Beck off the boards. Team Minnesota player caught offside. That's Lainey Lee. 1:54 to go in the second period. Team Minnesota nursing a 2-1 lead. It's going to be a 2-on-1 for Team Minnesota in transition. What a weird time to make a change here, as Langer can't hold on to the puck. Team Minnesota was going back on a 2-on-1, and two players from Westcan SASK decided this is the perfect time to take a line change. Not quite sure I see the logic there. Spagrud changes direction. Puck bouncing around, it's in the slot. Pink gets down and clears it. The icing gets over the line. Sutherland forces it ahead. It ends up in the SASK zone. Loose puck in front. Cote gathers it up. Sends it off the glass. Pinching down is Girusso. This one goes off the glass again. Sutherland holds the line. It'll be icing. .33 seconds to go in the second period. Got a face-off in the Westcan SASK end. Getzinger on her backhand. To the blue line, held in by Regal. Getzinger sweeps it toward the Team Minnesota net, where it's stopped by the paddle of Wickland, who covers. 6 seconds to go. Last gasp here for SASK. Last gasp for SASK. Puck down, tied up right off the draw. Into the corner. That should do it for the second period. And it does. So through 2 periods, Team Minnesota Purple holds a 2-1 lead over Westcan SASK. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Hey, how's it going?
Great. You here to pick up my truck?
Yes, sir.
Wow, that was easy. Yeah, I knew Luther buys cars, but I had no idea it was this simple and convenient. Is there anything you guys don't do?
Not really.
Will you buy any car?
Yeah.
Even that one?
Even that one.
Wow, you do it all.
Luther Auto, over 40 locations and one of the region's largest inventories. Luther Auto, we do it all.
Kids grow up wanting to play hockey for their hometown. Entire communities support and cheer for the home team. Here in Minnesota, hockey and home are interconnected. If you're looking for a home builder that shares your passion for hockey, look no further than the official home partner of the Minnesota Wild, Custom One. Visit CustomOneMN.com to learn more. Custom One, home comes first.
Third period underway. Team Minnesota Purple leading Westcan SASK 2-1 here in this 2012 semifinal. The winner will play in the championship later this afternoon. Where'd you rather be on Father's Day than the Super Rink? Spagrud showing great patience. She sends it ahead. It'll be just out of reach of pretty much everybody. That'll end up being icing. 13:27 to go. And the face off in the Westcan SASK zone. Girusso into the corner. Bouncing puck. Nobody can settle it down, so it comes into the neutral zone. Sent all the way in. finding a bit of a home in the corner. Oh, look, the puck went back into the corner. Ryu finally sends it to the other corner. Now SASK on its way out. Puck held in momentarily by Johnson. We're going to end up with a penalty upcoming against Westcan SASK. It's going to be Cornum. 2 minutes tripping. .12:24 to go in the third period. Team Minnesota Purple with the power play chance to extend its lead. Puck sent all the way down.
Westcan Saskatchewan penalty assessed number 18, Chloe Florida. 2 minutes for tripping. Common penalty 1 minute and 36 seconds.
Sutherland carries it into the corner, puts on the brakes, sends it up to Beck. Beck, her shot fanned on. It's a Minnesota skater, Teresa Huber. A bit of a toe pick, lost the handle, so SASK able to clear. Here comes Sutherland. Across the blue line on her backhand. Tried to center it on her backhand, but fanned on the pass. Puck chopped to the other side. Tapany steps down, whacks it into the SASK zone. The shot, that goes wide. Hall can't get to it. SASK, Cote trying to clear. Vinette applying pressure down below the goal line. Nice poke there by Olsen. And along the half wall, sent toward the net. It was off the stick of Langford Forrester. Vinette at the top of the circle. That's blocked. .10:35 to go. Giroux at the blue line. Into the corner. Carlson backhands it to Leach. Picked off by Leach, I should say. Cornum. Taken into the corner by Giroux. 10:05 to play in the third period. Shots on goal 14-11 in favor of Westcan SASK. Krupski tries a centering pass for Westcan. Goes off the back of the Team Minnesota net. Team Minnesota will play a little bit of here's the puck below the goal line. Krupski in the corner, centering pass. In front, they score! Wickland! I don't think Wickland quite knew where the puck was, and Peyton Krupski catches it, and a quick shot beats Wickland 5-hole. SASK has tied this game at 2.
Westcan Saskatchewan goal scored by number 10, Peyton Krupski. Assisted by number 8, Brooklyn Krupski. At number 18, Chloe Cornum. Time of even straight goal, 4 minutes and 28 seconds. That's Westcan Saskatchewan's Krupski.
So that's Peyton Krupski from Brooklyn Krupski and Chloe Cornum to tie this game 2-2 with just under 9 minutes to play here in the third period. Long pass that's picked off by Cote. Cote, everybody gets onside. Getzinger into the middle, that's picked off. Sutherland pushes it ahead. Getzinger racing for the puck. Beck gets there first. Beck sends the puck around. Pink trying to clear. Settled down by Sutherland. She chips it ahead. It goes off Huber's back as Huber was exploding out of the zone. Puck hung up in the neutral. Pushing forward, here's Vinette. Vinette on her backhand sends it toward the net. That goes off the side of the cage. It's kicked by Massey. Now Massey playing without a stick at the moment. This could turn into something for SASK. Cornum throws it all the way over. Johnson pokes it away. In front, Wicklund steers it away with her stick. All the way through the middle. Oh, that was the fastest too-many player call I've ever seen. Oh my goodness. It's going to end up being a too many players on the ice penalty. Boy, that was a quick whistle on that one. All hurt feelings aside, it's going to end up being a power play for Team Minnesota. Too many players on the ice. So Team Minnesota Purple will go on the power play here midway through the third period of a tied semifinal game. Up to Beck at the blue line. Beck launches it. There's a rebound. Nice save there by Langford Forster. The puck cleared all the way out. Getzinger takes a Team Minnesota player down in the corner. Puck is tipped. It could still end up being icing. And it is. Puck into the corner. 50 seconds to go in the Team Minnesota power play. Puck hung up in the zone. Sask doing an exemplary job of putting an unholy amount of pressure on this Team Minnesota power play. Team Minnesota struggling to get out, and eventually they do. 2-on-2 chance, streaking to the back of the net to Huber. It's just either under her stick or between her skates. Either way, she can't connect. 15 seconds to go in the power play. In the corner, Girusso. Back into the corner for Sutherland. Sutherland surveys the scene. And Cornum will clear down. That'll do it for the penalty. Johnson. Vinette across the blue line, into the middle. Vinette shoots right into the breadbasket of Langford Forster, who hangs on. Backhand toward the net, steered away into the corner. Krupski carries it ahead. Hall gets a stick on it and deflects it away. Tapany up to Carlson. Carlson tips it, but it's picked off by Olsen. Olsen circling back in her own zone, sends it up the wall, trying to get it to Krupski. It's poked away by Spagrud. It's a 2-on-1 for Spagrud and Krupski. Spagrud down the left side, slides it over. Krupski, can't get the shot away. Krupski and Krupski, the law firm of Krupski and Krupski. Going 2-on-2 with a pair of Team Minnesota players. Sask holds his own, 4:15 to go in the third period. All the way down, that'll be icing with 4:05 to go in the third. Faceoff will be to the right of Wicklund. Kaisa Getzinger will take the faceoff for Sask. Here's Johnson. Johnson up the middle, wanted Lee, who broke free. Puck didn't get there fast enough. Lee intercepts the clearance attempt. Getzinger runs into one of her own players, but eventually the puck comes over the line. Team Minnesota will have to regroup. The players go bump in the night. Lee goes down. Sent ahead. Langer at the red line. Langer puts on the brakes. Sends it into the middle, just out of the reach of Levine. And Johnson chasing after it into the corner. Johnson gaining speed. Puck taken away. Sitch can't get a shot or a pass off. Leach in the middle, sends it ahead. It goes off the skate of a Team Minnesota defender, and it's knocked in. Oh, Westcan Sask capitalizes on the bouncing puck. And they take a 3-2 lead with 3:03 to play. We'll see who ends up getting credit for the goal. I also see that the noisemakers are not allowed rule is not exactly being followed by everybody. I was wondering what that odd rattling was. Thought something might have been broken. 2:50 to go in the third. Here's a breakaway chance for Minnesota. They score! Caitlin Pink! Oh, what a move. Backhand to forehand, and we are all tied up. I was listening to the goal call, and all of a sudden, Caitlin Pink ends up all on her own. That's going to be Lexa Sitch on the goal, which gave Westcan Sask the 3-2 lead for 23 seconds before Caitlin Pink deposits. It's going to be Pink unassisted. So we're right back where we started, 2:25 to go in regulation. Our score tied at 3-3. Tapany sends it across. Oh, dangerous. Very nearly another too many players on the ice penalty. People, if you're going to get off the ice, you got to get off the ice. Hall bumped up against the Sask player. Sask with some serious zone time here late in the third. Beck on her forehand. She's got options. Whips it ahead. Hall gets a stick on it, but not enough to hold on. So Krupski gaining speed in her own zone. Krupski, that puck picked off by Hall. Here's Hall. Muscles the puck over the line. We'll see if Team Minnesota can go back to work here. Cote plays it over to Krupski. Krupski gets it to Krupski. Krupski angling left and bodied out of the way by Giruso. 45 seconds to go in regulation. Could we be staring down the barrel of overtime? Spagrud, stick lifted, and Giruso sweeps it away. But nobody went after it, so Spagrud wins the race to the puck and manages to hold it down in that corner. 2-on-2, players digging for it. Skates and sticks. Referee encouraging the players to dig it out. It comes out, Spagrud, centering try. A couple players go down, it's loose in front. Wicklund throws a glove on it and freezes. A little pushing and shoving after the whistle. A little saloon shove, never hurt nobody. I think we're going to see coincidental minors here between Giruso and Krupski. With 5 seconds to go in regulation. Now if we puck is down, the final seconds will roll off here.
That's Westcan's, Krupski, Minnesota's Giruso, 2 minutes each for Rupping at 13:55.
We will head to overtime.
3-minute running time period, each team skating 3 skaters aside.
Be 3-on-3, 3-minute running time overtime. If there's no winner after overtime, we will go to a 1-for-1, 1-player shootout. The announcement of... Oh, that's nice. I just got a Happy Father's Day text from my brother-in-law. He knows I only have dogs. That was very nice of him, because dogs are people too, and I am just as much of a father as any of you. Yeah, give me a card. Give me a gift card to Home Depot. I won't use it, but I would appreciate the sentiment. Thank you, brother-in-law. The rules have been explained on the PA system. We're going to find out just who was listening when Robin Cook said running clock. It's always kind of a fun game to see who is paying attention. When the rules were explained, it's also kind of a fun game to see who bought a program, which includes things like rosters and schedules and rules and a whole bunch of stuff that for the very low price of $3 you could find out without asking the same question 10 times over the course of a weekend. Three minutes on the board. The shots on goal after 3 periods, 17-16 in favor of Westcan SASK. Caitlin Pink's goal with 2:40. Forces overtime. So here we go. 3-on-3, 3-minute run time overtime. Team Minnesota Purple and Westcan SASK a trip to this afternoon's championship game on the line. A slapper, and they score! Westcan SASK ends it 10 seconds in. SASK will go to the final. Well, just kind of a perfect storm of events. Team Minnesota Purple. One of the three players on the ice lost a stick right off the face-off. The puck just kind of laid out into the slot, and there's a slapper to end this game. We'll get the official call from Robin Cook. We'll let you know who scored the game winner, and we will see Westcan SASK and their clappers later this afternoon.
Westcan Saskatchewan goal scored by number 7, Isla Swackrood. Assisted by number 11, Alexis Seitz. Some of the units straight goal.
Spagrud from Seitz, the official call. A slapper by Spagrud beats Wickland cleanly. So we will see Westcan SASK this afternoon. They will take on the winner of the other semifinal, which I do not have time to look up at the moment. After Zam break, we'll be back with yet another broadcast here on Youth Hockey House.